So, God of War Remake release timeframe, PlayStation 6 2027 launch hasn't changed, and new great God of War news. Those are the stories we're going to cover today, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. First, when did you buy your first PlayStation 5? I personally got my PlayStation 5 launch day and then upgraded to the Pro at launch in 2024, but my original I picked up in 2020, but that's just me. What about you? So comment below, when did you buy your first PlayStation 5? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, God of War Remake release timeframe. So this is something I've been thinking about recently, the timeline of things for the God of War trilogy remake. This mainly was crossing my mind because of something Christopher Judge said back in December of 2023, and I took some time to find that clip again.
My reverence for what he did wouldn't, even if they had asked, I would have said no. I was actually offered something not too long ago, and I had to turn it down because they wanted me to somewhat match the voice of that character, and I said absolutely not. I mean, I love this dude. Like that would be such a slight to.
In this interview clip, Christopher Judge seemingly spoke about being offered the young Kratos voiceover role for a project that he turned down out of respect for T.C. Carson. This was interesting to see, especially because the God of War trilogy remaster rumors first began in December of 2023 as well, around the same time as this Christopher Judge interview. The original rumor came from Special Nick, who said that we'd be getting a God of War trilogy something. He mentioned remaster at the beginning, but he didn't know if it was a normal remaster, just upgrading the resolution or something like that, or a full-on remake. But this was a conversation all the way back in December of 2023. This makes me think that there were discussions internally at Sony Santa Monica in 2023 about this remake project. So early conversations in 2023, and I guess maybe greenlit in 2023 since Special Nick heard about it as well. I would have to assume some work happened in 2024 and 2025. Now, T.C. Carson said they're in the early stages still, but I don't know exactly what that means. Early stages of full production, I would have to assume at this point. If that's the case, then this is probably a 2028 title. It really all depends on when is the next time we hear from them. If we hear from them later this year, that's huge and means they're closer to release than we thought. But if we hear nothing this year, then yeah, it's probably sometime in 2028 at the earliest that we see this release. If it launches in 2028, it would have been about 5 years since early discussions to production to final release. So let's see how this goes. And if you're enjoying the video so far, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community on our way to 150,000 subscribers. Now, diving into the second story of the video, PlayStation 6 2027 launch hasn't changed as of yet. So this is a bit of deja vu because we kind of went through this before. Tom Henderson not too long ago mentioned that Sony was considering delaying the PlayStation 6 beyond 2027-2028. Moore's Law Dead came into the conversation back then and stated that he has not heard anything about an actual delay. Sony is considering it, which makes sense. Many companies are dealing with the ongoing RAM issues, and Sony is just looking at their options. Then we had the analyst report that came out, but that didn't have any actual insider sources. It was just their guess. Then you get to now where we have Bloomberg reiterating pretty much what Tom Henderson already stated back then, and that Sony is considering a delay. Moore's Law Dead recently spoke about this as well on his podcast, basically reiterating that he has not heard anything about a delay. Things are still locked in for mid-2027 production for the PlayStation 6 and the PlayStation 6 handheld. Of course, as before, he acknowledges things can always change, but nothing has changed as of yet as far as he knows. To add to this, there was an update on the GPU situation when it came to it not being full RDNA 5 for the PlayStation 6 according to Kepler L2. Moore's Law Dead chimed in on this as well and pretty much said it is RDNA 5 because some were stating You know, is it RDNA 4 mixed with RDNA 5 features? Like, what's going on here? Is it not really RDNA 5? Conversations like that were starting to make the rounds. Now, Kepler wasn't denying it was RDNA 5. He was just saying it's not full RDNA 5. Kepler added to this as well, saying that it's not really missing big features from RDNA 5 either, which is good to hear. But again, we already knew that's what Sony does. They pick and choose what's going into the chip. They obviously don't need everything for a gaming focus product. So there you have it. PS6 is still targeting a late 2027 launch for now, and it will have RDNA 5 under the hood. But you guys let me know if you're hyped for the PlayStation 6 to potentially launch next year. Let me know down in the comments below. And now diving into the final story of the video, great God of War news. Reading from Insider Gaming, spotted by Tech for Gamers, a LinkedIn update by the senior managing producer for art at Sony Santa Monica Studios, Rich Fielder, reveals that God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok have easily crossed $1 billion in sales. The update on their profile states, God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok, Sony PlayStation, record-breaking Metacritic scores and $1.4 billion combined sales. So this is obviously amazing news. Only 2 God of War games have generated $1.4 billion. $1.4 billion is a huge number for 2 games, which I assume Sony have obviously recouped production, marketing expenses, and made a great profit off that number. People clearly still love the series as displayed by the sales, which of course makes me happy as a longtime fan of the series. But you guys let me know if you've bought either God of War 2018 or Ragnarok or both. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button. As it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with ready for the classics. Obviously, this is in reference to the God of War trilogy remake. I'm excited for these. I'm really excited to see how they manage to handle them, how they bring back the whole series. It seems like it's all going to be packaged into one game, and hopefully it's coming out sooner rather than later. You know, sometime in 2028 is a ways off. People forget that, you know, when they think about late 2027 for the PlayStation 6, we still have this whole year to get through. You're talking about this whole year and pretty much all of next year up until late 2027. You're still talking about nearly 2 years of time. So 2028 is even further out. So hopefully it's not that far out. But if you guys are excited for the God of War trilogy remake, destroy the comment section with ready for the classics. And I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.